We
Log,
are live and alive,
logging in. That's right.
logging in. You hear me through my microphone, huh, Frank? Before it
Yes.
was set to the computer microphone, so the voice is clear, is good.
Yes.
Perfect. Today we are together to look at the PT Plogs from his website. PT
Yes.
is going to be back forward. PT is going to be forward on the Truman Show again Wednesday, and it's going to be about choice and love. So
Oh, nice.
I thought we could do the choice in his plug,
Yeah.
and the reason about that definitely could give us some more insight. Personally, I always not debated, but I brought it up often to PT if people have a choice. If we really take conscious
Right.
choice, even when we're deep asleep and stuff. But my wife, I talk about it with my wife, and she says, yeah, it's all a choice. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, sometimes I have issues wrapping my head around the fact that even when you're deep asleep and you have no clue what to do here, who you are and where you are, if what you do in your everyday life is a choice,
Right.
might just spring out of programming every impulse you have, every because often we go out of impulse. So that impulse has to do with programming that you
Yeah.
received.
Right.
So that's where I wonder if we're really having a choice or taking a choice or free will.
Right.
These are all linked to choice. So,
Definitely.
yeah. So, Frank, I'll let you read the English, and I
Yes.
have the French here. We'll go on after with the French.
All right. Great. The choice. Even though there is a continuous ongoing attempt to complicate matters, a phenomenon now called living and learning, the choice is quite simple. It's either service to divine, acronym STD, or service to ego, STE. It's about using your personal will, called free will, to create your own domain against the will of divine, or submitting your will to the multiversal will of divine. The fall was nothing but a desire to exercise one's own will in deference to the original will, which created all the realms of this multiverse. Some beings just couldn't stand being subservient to a perfectly harmonious divine will. They found they apparently found it too boring, and consequently, disharmony was born, which has finally brought us to the hell that is now in this small speck in the 3D universe, a very small part of the multi-dimensional multiverse. The disassociative wills were hoping to create perfection through their own effort without bowing down to that which is already perfect. They have tried and tried, but have only gotten more frustrated and twisted over time. What is now known as the ruling elite of this planet is just another expression of this quest for personal power through exercising. Almost every woman on this planet faces this self same issue, choice, every day. They want to create their own little perfect world through their own powers of attractiveness, intelligence, etc. But it never comes to be. Thus, all the frustration. Only a few souls like Mirabai have been able to surrender their will, self, to the divine will. All this talk about love is so misleading as well. One imperfect being loving another imperfect being, so that at the end of the day, both can feel temporarily good about themselves, just an extension of you scratch my back and I will scratch yours. But can perfection arise out of imperfections combining? It can't, and that's why no one finds any lasting peace, happiness, harmony. Only surrender of the personal will to the perfect, multiversal divine will leads one to true happiness, which is not affected by the winds of time. Funnily, the real way doesn't require any Herculean personal effort. That's the choice. You're muted. Oh, your mic's muted. There you
So
go.
yeah, I said
There you
yeah.
go.
You said it. And I was saying, greetings, Albanian for life.
Yes.
No, it's in the chat. He or she, but I think it's a he. I asked the last time. Anyway,
Nice.
the choice. So greetings. That's my point. Yeah. So, le choix. The choice. Le choix. Choix. Just the word choix
Sure.
in French doesn't refer to anything else but choice. We don't use that word for anything else as far as I can remember. Choix. Choix. Choisi.
Mm.
Yeah, so, okay. So it's not something we use for something else. So le choix. La croix. La croix, le croix. Croix, you change the H, you put the R, c'est la croix, the cross.
Mm.
Interesting.
A choice is like a crossing, right? Because it's like you can
Yeah.
go this way or you can go that way, right?
And you take out the H. H is the ladder or something that PT was explaining once.
Mm.
You take out the H, but the R, you have the cross. La croix.
Yeah.
Interesting. So, malgré une tentative constante de compliquer les choses, un phénomène désormais appelé apprendre en vivant, yeah, le choix est pourtant simple. Soit le service au divin ou service à l'ego. Il s'agit d'utiliser sa volonté personnelle, appelée libre arbitre, choix, libre arbitre, choix, I think it's what you call free will, pour créer son propre domaine contre la volonté divine ou soumettre sa volonté à la volonté multiverselle, volonté divine. La chute n'était rien d'autre qu'un désir d'exercer sa propre volonté en opposition à la volonté originelle qui a créé tous les royaumes de ce multivers. Certains êtres ne supportaient plus d'être soumis à une volonté divine parfaitement harmonieuse. Ils la trouvaient apparemment trop ennuyeuse. Et par conséquent, naquit la disharmonie. I don't know if it's a French word. La disharmonie. I don't know, maybe. It sounds a bit English, disharmony.
Yeah, disharmony. Yes.
But might be French too. Disharmonie qui nous a finalement conduit à l'enfer qu'est maintenant. Dans ce minuscule point de l'univers 3D, une infime partie du multivers multidimensionnel, les volontés dissociatives espéraient créer la perfection par leurs propres efforts, sans s'incliner devant ce qui est déjà parfait. Elles ont essayé encore et encore, mais n'ont fait que devenir plus frustrées et perverties avec le temps. Ce que l'on appelle aujourd'hui l'élite dirigeante de cette planète n'est qu'une autre expression de cette quête de pouvoir personnel par l'exercice. Presque toutes les femmes de cette planète sont confrontées à ce même dilemme, le choix au quotidien. Elles veulent créer leur petit monde parfait grâce à leurs propres atouts, leur charme, leur intelligence, etc. Mais cela n'arrive jamais. D'où toute cette frustration, seules quelques âmes comme Merebai ont su s'abandonner à la volonté divine. This is big. This is huge. You're going against divine will. Like, it's so big. Just to think of it scares me.
Yeah, I know.
Nice. Yeah, it's crazy. Tout ce discours sur l'amour est tellement trompeur. Un être imparfait qui aime un autre être imparfait. Pour qu'en fin de compte, chacun puisse se sentir temporairement bien dans sa peau. Un simple prolongement du principe. Un service envoie un autre. Mais la perfection peut-elle naître de l'union des imperfections? C'est impossible et c'est pourquoi personne ne trouve de paix, de bonheur ni d'harmonie durable. Seule la soumission à la volonté personnelle, seule la soumission de la volonté personnelle à la volonté divine, multiverselle et parfaite, conduit à un vrai bonheur insensible au tournant du temps. Curieusement, la vraie voix ne requiert aucun effort personnel herculéen. Hercules. Yeah.
uh, yeah,
Anyway, it doesn't require. The worst is we're complicating our existence so very freaking much. It's crazy.
yeah,
Crazy. Because it doesn't require no effort. It's the blueprint.
yeah.
But we are going against the blueprint. Sick shit. Sick stuff. Anyway. So, yeah. So, le choix. So, do we really have a choice? And are we really engaging in this life making conscious choice? Conscious, not a word I like that much, but we'll use it today.
Yeah, yeah.
Presence, consciousness,
Hmm.
awareness. To me, that's all the same package. Are you here or you're not? Are you here or you're not? Simple.
Right.
Like we don't need to complicate things, but we do. So it takes us out of the reality that we should be living in with the divine will.
Yeah.
And to me, it's very easy today to talk about this stuff. That's what I want to do. And that's what I should be doing on earth. Not going against the divine will, but because of my ego and all my freaking nonsense, now I decided for most of my life to go against that and build my own world and hoping to get some reward from it, some divine reward. That's the worst.
Right. Yeah,
You,
exactly.
you, you think you're going to be supported going against the divine will? No. You're going to be left alone in this world and you're going to find it hard. The way is the divine, is the divine way, is the blueprint that's inside you. Now, you have it inside. You might have to dig a little bit to find it, to really apply it in your life, but it's there. It's there in every being on earth. I even think evil is not within. Evil is something outside of you. Divine is something within. We're all super divine on the inside, very incoherent, yeah,
Hmm.
but very divine. That's all there is on the inside. If you let that inside get corrupt, it's because you let evil forces come in. You let yourself be tempted by temptation. And that's the worst. You should be strong, within yourself, strong with the divine will, and really smash all distraction and get rid of all that stuff that doesn't support your evolution towards the divine. Now, where's the divine? Within you. Where do you think you're going to find it? It's within everything. The kingdom of God is within you. But the kingdom is within you. Where do you think you're going to find it? Yes, it's within. So definitely, it's a choice also to go within or to let those evil forces or bad stuff get to you. Like you can call it evil, bad, everything negative. All this is man made emotions to bring you down. So if you're
Hmm.
capable to disfire the freaking bullshit nonsense in this world, you're going to go with the divine will because everything else goes against the divine will. Like, find me something, go take a walk outside, and you're gonna see our anti-life ways. They are everywhere,
Yeah.
especially in supermarkets. Supermarket of junk, yeah,
Hmm.
of nonsense. So definitely, the free will is there, but because of our ego, I think we get trapped in there, and we
Hmm.
can be staying in there all our life too, without even realizing what life has to offer. Honestly, I think we're missing the point greatly of what it is to be on earth and the choices we take,
Oh
and
yeah.
we take choices every day too. No?
Hmm.
Sorry, I spare you my cough.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's early in the day. We're just starting the engine, so
yeah. Exactly.
no, definitely there is something very divine with this existence. Now,
Mm.
the choice you take each and every day will affect your life. I think we all know that. So make sure that all choices you take, the divine is at the center of your choices,
Yeah.
and everything will be fine. Like we don't need the book, we don't need anything really to serve higher and divine. We just need our full presence and power on earth.
Hmm.
We're so scattered everywhere, like we're all over the place, honestly. And
Yeah.
that's what brings our focus out. We end up being very unfocused on the divine will. And the more you go on each day that pass and that you let yourself be eaten alive by those forces that comes to you to take you out, and it's serious stuff. Look, like we
Hmm.
can see it in action. People are not present. They're very far away from the divine existence that they should be living. And definitely, it's going to be a great episode with PT about choice. Definitely, it's
Yeah.
something that. What do you have to tell me, Frank, about choice?
Yeah.
Go
This
on
is a
and
great.
spread
This,
it thick.
exactly. This is a great.
Spread it out thick.
This is a great Plog. And yeah, when it comes to choice, PT, it makes it clear in a lot of his writings. There's really two ways you can go. You can go with the divine, or you can go against the divine. And there's no fence sitting either. That's also a choice. Not making a choice is a choice. If you want to try to just be neutral, there's not really a neutral ground. And PT doesn't really address that too much in this one, but he does in other ones. But yeah, the whole it definitely brings up questions for me, about like, okay, so part of the world that we're experiencing and living in now, and all the dysfunction that is here, is a result of beings having gone against, having made that choice, but is it necessary for time periods to pass by in which beings make that choice? Is that some type of natural, is it serving some type of purpose for like like a decay of consciousness, or a decay of, because the whole reason I'm bringing this up is because there's like you know you observe everything, and there's some type of reason why everything's happening, and it in as life is going on, it kind of makes you think like, is there some other function that's happening here that I'm not aware of? And maybe there's a bigger reason like why this is all happening. I don't have to be a part of it. I don't have to join that circus of madness. But is there a reason like why this decay of consciousness has occurred? And because, I mean, as far as I know from the Vedic point of view, consciousness through time kind of as far as the masses go, I think I would need some clarification on P with this, but consciousness rises and falls through the ages depending on, are we in the dark age, are we in the golden age, are we, and that kind of thing. And so there's a reflection of that, even with like, as the sun goes around, the sunrise and the day comes and everything's light and we can see, and then when the sun goes away, it's nighttime and it's dark, we can see the stars, and existence is still the same, but like that's the time that beings sleep mostly. Sometimes there's beings that are awake. There's not nocturnal animals out there, but this whole thing with the choice just kind of sparks that curiosity within me of like, is there some type of function of beings going against divine that like we don't see quite? Is it because even if there's some type of banana peel that's breaking down and composting is turning back into earth, well, even though that might not be like a very beautiful process, or maybe it is depending on how you look at it, it is serving some purpose. It's turning back into some kind of soil, something that's reusable. So is there, that's kind of like what this Plog is kind of awakening within me. It's like, well, maybe there's some reason why this is happening, but it's definitely a choice. Like PT is saying here, you know, are we going to work to be of service to divine? Are we going to work to try to live a natural life or not? Because we can see, I think the advertisement for a plastic life and a life that is just kind of like status quo and that goes along with society, the advertisement for it is very hunky-dory and very like, you know, you get like a picket fence home, and you know, you get to you know, keep up with the Joneses and do this whole kind of thing, or at least that's kind of like a Western thing, I guess. I don't know, but you know, we don't have to do that. We can still live a life in which you know, we get to experience the enjoyment of life, but we don't have to kind of like go along with a certain level of their program that's operating, you know. Because the thing is, if you put all your chips in on what they're advertising and you go for it, then it leaves you empty, and it leaves you in situations in which you're starting to reap the consequences of like going after what they're selling, you know. And just as far as like living a life, like putting your trust and your faith in the government or in certain religious things that are, you know, promising you things, but then you don't find real answers. You have to be okay with things not making sense. And I think everyone wants to live a life in which they can make sense of why they're doing what they're doing, and they can feel confident about, you know, there's a legit reason why I do what I do, why I live the way that I do, and I can explain it to anyone who wants to hear. And I'm not going to push that perspective on anyone, but if they come to me and ask me, then I can share that with them to the best of my knowing, you know. And the thing too is not it's not only conceptual, but it's experiential, because you apply it, you practice it, and then you see, oh, I feel better. Oh, I feel better, or oh, like things are more pleasant around me. I don't have to have, you know, my trash can doesn't smell as much whenever I don't have bones and meat and, and the thing, whatever, you know, like that's just some little example. But yeah, just getting back to this Plog, this one is a really, you know, that's why the characters like Mirabai, as PT points out, or other characters in the Vedic literature who are revered and who have become, you know, famous, like their names have gone down in history, is because they have been devotees to divine. They've really like given it their all and really, you know, poured their heart into living a life of service. And that's where excellence comes from. That's where greatness comes from, you know.
Isn't it where the story of Jesus come from? If you just go with the story, and I'm not
Right.
like, it's about a very divine man, son
Exactly
of
right.
God.
Yeah.
Might be the sun in the sky, but anyway, yeah, it's the story itself I'm talking about.
Of course, right.
Yeah.
So I mean, this is the whole thing, you know. We can PT is very adept at taking apart the problems of the world and really attributing it to the cause, and that is a very simple one. It's not overly complicated. When it comes down to it, beings are going away from divine. They're going away from nature. They're not giving respect or gratitude or credence to the elements, to the earth, to the things that are supporting them. Their own mother, you know, the mother that is nourishing and feeding them every single day, this goddess, Mother Earth, they need to give the respect and the love that is due and the gratitude that is due to her. Because if you start disrespecting your mother, then things aren't going to work out for you, because she cares about you in terms of this greater mother, this Maha, this
Yeah.
bigger, divine mother that is our, that is that's the bigger like metaphorical thing, right? So, um, and that's
I,
one of
I,
those.
I like what you said about acceptance. You brought up like acceptance before, and I think we're really even rejecting our own self. We don't even accept ourselves because I was thinking of Jesus and the song that Ben did, Accept Jesus Christ, is accepting yourself. Because Jesus, no, just because you have lost your eyes, you have no vision, but there used to be an I in Jesus, making it je suis en français. I
Mhm.
am. I've said it often here. Jesus, the reason why you're not Jesus, because you have no vision, you're blind, you're walking blind. So remove the blinder, start seeing life for what it is, and try to reach that Christ consciousness. That's the whole thing. That's not going against divine will. That's what you're supposed to do, to walk the earth like Jesus. But you go against the divine will. So you walk the earth like Satan or the devil or whatever nonsense you have accepted, other another doctrine or cult or whatever. Like it's a cult of oops if you're not into like Harley Davidson and all that stuff. Like when it's all cult. So
Mhm.
you go with a cult or you go with the programming, but in the end, you're gonna have a choice to make. Also, I think that's why we have to train ourselves here making good choices, divine choices, because at the end you'll be probably have a choice to make which way you want to go when you get to I don't know, maybe there's another realm, something. I
Yeah.
prefer bet on this, bet on divine, than bet on the evil stuff and go below the earth and shit. I prefer go high. Yeah.
Yeah.
There is something I
Definitely.
want to go high. So
Hmm.
maybe there is a choice that you're gonna have to make. So maybe if you're abilitated to make divine choices on earth, you will be abilitated in when time come for your passing to make good choices there too. Aware choices. Because
Yeah.
you're probably gonna have a few ways that you're gonna have to choose which way. But if you have clarity, you will know that the light often is there to deceive you. That's how they deceive us here with the light, the Lucifer, the angel of light, or whatever the heck it is. But they will try to deceive you with the very own thing that you should follow.
Mm.
That's why they bring up 666 being evil and all that shit when it's the very blueprint of your body, of your existence.
Right.
But they have turned it evil because you gotta think it's evil and all that shit and stuff. So, yeah. So I think choice is a very good thing to practice here. Do
Yeah.
you agree, Frank?
Definitely. Yeah. And there's a even with PT, there's you can overlay the P is improper and T, like we said, is like a choice. It's like you can go this way or that way. So it's proper crossing. That's when we go with kind of the teachings that PT shares, because he's always sharing like how do you live natural life? How do you, take care of your well-being? The choices as per PT are a proper crossing. That's
PT,
another kind of
proper teachings.
proper teachings.
PT, proper teaching.
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah.
look, his PT stuff is all over. I see it everywhere and everything. I even seen it eventually on my logo TMP PT. Like,
Right. Right.
yeah. So definitely it will surface for you if you are in that state of mind, if you attract that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You will have great beings like PT coming to you and teach you, and we need teachings. Uh,
Big
you're
time.
lost at sea. You don't know freaking nothing. You've been programmed all your life into a. You've been bamboozled and programmed. So you need help to get out of this. So definitely, PT is the a great way to make good divine choice. Now, to go back at the beginning of this Plog, he was saying something here that was very interesting. Le choix est pourtant simple. Free will. Free will is something that I think is not debatable, but is something we should maybe reason about because they say we have free will. So you're deliberately taking your free will and applying it to evil nonsense, evil demiurge system and stuff, and encouraging. This is where I have issues thinking it's a choice because anybody that is aware, if you are engaged into anti-life ways, now we can make a list. Just say it: evil anti-life, and we're all pretty much stuck into this realm. It's a big, big work to get out of there.
Yeah.
Even me today, I engage in stuff, freaking Doritos and shit. Now I'm stopping. I'm done. Freaking done with the nonsense.
Yeah.
But you have to tell yourself that stuff. And my daughter was putting stuff on her skin today. I'm like, what is that? She said it's skincare. But I said, yeah, illusion of skincare. I said, you know, Abby, that skincare starts with the food you eat. Yeah, daddy, we know, you know everything, and blah, blah, blah. But it's common sense. I get told that all the time. Every time I bring something, yeah, we know, daddy, you know everything.
It's true. It's so true. You eat a bunch of junk food, it's gonna come out on your face.
Pimples and stuff, and your skin is not gonna look nice, and you're gonna look older than you are when you should. Now I'm gonna say I'm 52 years young. I'm done saying I'm old. I'm staying at 52, me, for the rest of my life.
There you go.
Straight line to 100 and 405. Truman will retire. But I'm gonna say I'm 52 years young. I'm done. I'm done being programmed that I'm getting older and old and old. When I feel younger.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, it's like the lights just turning on now, you know?
Yeah, it's like I'm just reborn. I'm like 10 years old. Yeah. Anyway. Because one day I took a choice to bring my life to another level. It's really a conscious choice too. Because I had to come out my shell and had to come out my... It was probably on the blueprint for me, but I had to go get it. Like, it's not going to be given to you. So you have to make a deliberate choice also to bring your life to another level, and that level is divine. Like, and like you said, you cannot be on the fence. So make sure the choice you take, everything you do in your life, the divine's at the center. Before you speak, turn your tongue 7 times. You won't say nonsense. Like, if we don't think before we speak, and that's what I told my wife the other day, every time we speak, we should think about it, or turn your tongue 7 times. My mother used to tell me that. Avant de parler, tourne ta langue 7 fois. Turn your tongue 7 times, and you think before you speak. And you might not speak so much nonsense and negativity. So, and that's a choice. So everything comes to a choice at one point. This is what I think we need to grasp here, is everything come down to a choice. It's evil. It's either an evil choice or a divine choice. So, and you cannot be on defense. So yeah, definitely. And the with or without, as within, so without, as above, so below. So you cannot do without the divine here for your existence. If you have it rough, if you don't have enjoyable existence, it's because you're going against divine will. Like, the puzzle is easy to solve. That's why he said you don't need no Herculean's effort to do that. It's very simple and basic. It's truth. It's reality. It's grounded. It's what you're supposed to do. You have a voice. Your voice should be heard. There's no one in the world that will speak like Truman, like me. Okay? That voice is unique. And you will never hear it again in all of existence. Why I should keep myself in a cave like a caveman or like a bear? No, they have poked the bear. I'm awake now. That's the thing. They woke me up. Now I'm coming after. Yeah, Babylon. Yeah, but the Babylon is inside you also. You got to be
Yeah.
careful going after stuff on the outside. Focus on maybe bringing yourself to a mature state once in your life. Stop being a baby brat about everything that you think you deserve, but you go against divine will, but you still deserve. Like, what is that? That's brat behavior. And
Yeah.
we see it often, even with grown up babies, what we call adult. To me, they're all freaking babies. You haven't grown up. You can tell me you have grown up. You never open your eyes to life. You never give thanks for life. Oh, Thanksgiving. Ooh, it's time to give thanks. Like, giving thanks is every day. It's a minute thing. It's an existential thing to do,
Yes.
to give thanks. So
Mhm.
I think we're very, very far collectively from divine choices, definitely, because there would be something else appearing, but it's getting there. Like more and more of us are becoming aware that every choices we make will affect our existence. Do you want to have a miserable existence here? Is that it? Like who wants a miserable life? Nobody wants a miserable life, Frank.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it.
I don't buy that. So you want to have a good life, you want to live the good life, give thanks, PBS. Praise, bow, and serve.
Exactly.
Not SUR survival, but survival SER.
Hmm.
Your life will be so easy.
Yeah.
Everything will fall into place like it's supposed to.
Hmm.
Telling you, don't take my word. Try it.
That's
Don't
yeah.
take my word. I can tell you stories about my life, about my experience here.
It's testable.
Yeah,
Test it out. See what happens.
yeah. Test it out. Go test it out. Just try, and you
Hmm.
will see it. It's not gonna take long also for signs to start to appear. But you gotta be trained. You gotta have vision to see the sign. The divine will not appear in front of you. He will give you signs and stuff and events happening. But if you can't read those because you're too stuck with your choices and your ego, you will not see those signs and you will think, hey, I'm not supported here. I'm not, you know what? I know I'm supported, divinely protected, highly favored. All this, I know it in my heart. So what I'm going to do? Sit around? Do not know. When you start knowing that stuff, just not believing, like I don't believe in myself. Why would I believe in myself? I'm here alive. I'm not a lie. Why would I believe? So you gotta come to know that stuff that you are alive. The acknowledgement, that's what PT was talking about. The last show, I think 2 shows we did together. The first one, he came back. We were talking about acknowledgement. You can't even acknowledge that you're on Earth. Most of us.
Yeah.
I was there. You
Hmm.
think you're, I don't know. It's so 40 minutes in and we're still on choice, bro. But because it's so important, it's an important one. That's why I think we should put so much focus on every choice that we make. Is the divine at the center? Ask yourself the question.
Yeah. Yeah.
If
Definitely.
it's at the center, go for it, go for it, go, do it. Don't ask questions, just do it. Because if not, you're gonna freeze. Think I think before coming here? I'm freaking doing it, bro. Just do
Uh-huh.
it. Just do it.
Yeah.
So next, you want to add something, Frank, on choice? Maybe we can do another
Uh,
one before
yeah.
the
I
hour
mean,
expires.
we can definitely do another one. Yeah. The choice. This is super important, and that's what we face every day. And it's important to learn about actions have consequences. And so it was just like you said, nobody wants a misery. So if it was all very clear as to if you do this, then this is going to happen. then people, I think, would do the right thing. But we are in a time in which there is a lot of deception, and there's a lot of, if you do this, then this will happen, but it's not true. It's that they're leading through deception, they're ruling through deception, and they're going against the divine laws, in terms of, how much slavery do we see happening today. But slavery itself goes against the divine in terms of, no being can own another being. You can't own another being's free will. It's not possible. It will never work out. Each being has their own free will. And so I can't control your choices and you can't control mine. We can influence each other, but at the end of the day, it's up to us to take the action that we're going to take. So anyways, all of that being said, just the choice, PT makes it very apparent that if you want better, if you want happiness, if you want all the wonderful things that we have the opportunity to experience in life, we really have to start working for living a divine-centered life and working to evolve ourselves, take care of ourselves. Well-being, that self-love really is just taking care of the self first, and then we can share and spread that love out to others in terms of how are we going to feed ourselves, what kind of activities are we going to do. We're wanting to do things that are just like vibey, really fun, really harmonious, really positive, but it has to, all of those things, all those kind of descriptor words have to have a connection with something real in terms of, being kind to the earth through, the choices that you make, and giving our gratitude. Really, it starts by transforming the internal attitude to an attitude of gratitude, and things start to come together from there. But yeah, we can spend the rest of this episode on this Plog if we're
I'm
not.
just gonna add one thing is you were talking about deceivers, and I wrote something. It's okay to point the fingers outside of ourselves and point the deceivers of this world, but you are one of them. We all deceive the divine. There is 8 billion probably deceivers on earth. Okay, wake up.
Yeah.
Wake up. You're
Exactly.
deceiving the very creator that loved you on this earth. You are going against that because of your ego, your programming, I don't know, you think you have to point the finger outside of yourself all the time to deceivers and this, and it's not me. Like, look at yourself, make a change.
Right.
But then, we got to change the habit. You got to change the way you eat, the way you speak, the way you treat each other.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all this has to change. It's a big change. It's a lot of work. Just changing your food habit. Just that. Not eat out of a box anymore. Just try.
Yeah.
The devil's in the box. You want to get the box? The box stuff, that's where the devil is. The divine's in nature, in fruits and good food for you and stuff that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, so the next one we're going to do, Frank, maybe the light attack.
Yeah, let's go for the light attack.
We'll wrap this one with the light attack.
The light
it's
attack.
A wrap because at the end they say, remember, it's a wrap. Yeah. Okay,
wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
That's it. The light attack. Having covered some sound aspects of this sound and light world, it's time to concentrate on the light part. The imitation of heaven/divinity is now completely reliant on bright studio lights, and they are getting brighter and brighter with each passing day. Just put on the telly and your eyes will start squinting from the barrage of high-intensity artificial light particle bombardment. The tears found would be physically rather than emotionally induced. The light war is here. They want the almost dead bad skin creatures to glow like gods. No inner radiance equals need for more and more artificial light. After accepting hospitals as healing centers, most don't realize how cold, metallic, and inhumane this lighting is. It was all started by Hollywood, of course, with portrayal of heaven as a white, tube-lit place. The lights turned ordinary, everyday faces into celebrities. Still photography used the same technique to create the glowing, godly models and celebs. So when they say magic of cinema, they just mean magic of extreme artificial lighting. One can only wonder how the TV anchors don't fall sick and get headaches from this extreme bombardment of body, mind, soul hurting particles. On live breakfast shows at 5 a.m., the glare from the TV is enough to create a headache. So can't imagine the plight of those actually in the studio. Maybe they're all used to the halogen hell from the ultra lighting of the so-called superstores and markets. No vegetable, let alone a human, can stay alive in that environment. The evening TV shows are even more extreme as intense disco-like migraine-inducing flickering enters the fray. It's no different in pop and rock concerts. The whole intention seems to be to take attention off the reality that nothing is really happening with the music or the content. The rapidly changing lights and lasers are the only source of excitement in the perpetual boredom. Excitement through blinding brain fractionation, torturing the DNA and biology. Funny part is that no one talks about it. All the so-called intellectuals who fill up newspaper space, the so-called gurus with millions of disciples, are also mum about this light war. They are always mum about all the issues covered in LotusOcean blogs. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. And how can they speak when they usually have such blaring lighting focused right on them during their supposed spiritual discourses? They simply don't know and thus have no aversion to the light attack. The message is, hell is all right, as long as it's lit up brighter than heaven. It makes everyone feel secure in the all is well as long as all is glowing illusion. This pathetic attempt to escape reality will only lead to further lowering of vibrations, which in common speak equals more hell, pain, and torture. Barring exceptions, no one seems to really want to such things, but they don't seem to mind if it comes in a brightly lit package.
I'm missing a bit at the end here. I just realized while you were speaking that I didn't write the whole thing in French.
Oh.
I have like 3 pages, 4 pages. So I'm missing a little bit. So, but it doesn't really matter because you said it in English. So I cut what you said. So,
Yes.
so the light attack, l'attaque de la lumière, j'imagine. Ayant couvert certains aspects sonores de ce monde, son et lumière, il est temps de se concentrer sur la partie lumière. L'imitation du paradis divinité dépend maintenant complètement de puissantes lumières de studio et elles deviennent de plus en plus brillantes. Chaque jour qui se passe, allumez juste la télé et vos yeux commenceront à plisser sous le bombardement de particules de lumière artificielle à haute intensité. Les larmes trouvées seraient physiquement plutôt qu'émotionnellement provoquées. La guerre de la lumière est là. Ils veulent que les créatures à la peau presque morte brillent comme des dieux. Pas de radiance intérieure égale besoin de toujours plus de lumière artificielle. Après avoir accepté les hôpitaux comme centre de soins, la plupart ne réalisent pas à quel point cet éclairage est froid, métallique et inhumain. Avec la présentation du paradis comme un endroit éclairé, that's what I was saying before, à tube blanc, les lumières transformaient des visages ordinaires en célébrités. Transformaient des visages ordinaires en célébrités. La photographie fixe utilisait la même technique pour créer des modèles de célébrités divinement lumineux. Donc, quand ils disent magie du cinéma, ils veulent juste dire magie de l'éclairage artificielle extrême. On ne peut que se demander comment les présentateurs de télévision ne tombent pas malades ou n'ont pas de maux de tête à cause de ce bombardement extrême de particules nuisibles au corps, à l'esprit et à l'âme, lors des émissions matinales en direct à 5 heures du matin. L'éblouissement de la télévision suffit à provoquer des maux de tête. Donc, donc, donc on ose imaginer. That's where I stop for the translation. Sorry, I should have paid attention to it before, but it doesn't really matter. I listened to what you were saying, and I think we live in a world definitely in the cam era. That's why there's camera all over the place. And often those camera require very bright light, pictures and stuff. Definitely flashes, flash, boom. So, and the lightning that they give us now is probably it's much worse than incandescent bulb just in your home now, all the LED stuff. And I don't think this is very good for us. And especially now they put it in cars too. Like cars come with LED lights. So now you look at them and you're like, I am always yeah. Even if I have my goggles on, my glasses, and it's kind of reducing the glare a bit, but there's always a glare, especially on the road at night. It's gonna blind you sometime.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, shit, I don't see fucking nothing. Like,
Yeah.
the lights are so bright and so intense. So yeah, and it's all artificial too. As far as I remember, there used to be halogen bulb on vehicle and stuff. That was okay. I don't know the technology behind halogen, but you need some lights on your car. I get it. You cannot drive in the dark, so we're gonna need to put lights. But definitely, there is a trend going to the unnatural lightning over the natural again, going on to life. So if we all demand something that is more natural lightning, I get it. Maybe the best is a lamp, just a fire lamp, like oil lamp or
Right.
something.
Yeah.
But I think we're beyond this now. But
Right.
there's ways to make lightning in hospitals and all that more healthy also.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be so
That's what I'm
extreme
saying.
the way that it
I'm
is, right?
saying. So
Yeah.
basically that's what it is. It doesn't need to be extreme. And I like what he says that now we are trained to see the paradise as a something full of light and stuff
Yeah.
like the realm above, or it has to be with bright lights. And that's why I'm saying at the end they might trick you with that light
Mm-hmm.
because you've been tricked all your life here with non-natural lightning. What's the big deal of having natural light also coming in your home? Most people during the day, I see often curtain close and light open inside and just let the daylight come in.
Yeah.
But I think that's has to do also with the fact that you're going very unnatural. So you're not like naturally attracted to natural light. You're
Right.
attracted to fake lights, your phone, your this, your that, screens, and the blue light that we receive through those devices is often very damaging for our being. That's what I'm saying. So
Mm.
I think it's always better to go natural in everything for the lightning, for the food, for the clothing, but in our anti-life ways, we go completely against divine will. So we end up very unnatural, the lightning too. So Frank, share with me your lightning part.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, it's interesting. Like one of the parts that PT brought up too in this plog was that nobody's talking about it. Nobody, even like all the alternative health people, there's not really much speak on LED versus incandescent, full spectrum, and all that kind of stuff. And it's a very you can feel it. You can tell the difference, between
Oh
a
yeah,
very bright LED versus more of like a natural spectrum light bulb. And
and the heat too. Like I'm trying to undo a light bulb in my thing to show
Yeah.
you. The fucking heat, man, of incandescent is heavy. Like
Uh,
I changed it the other day. I put an incandescent bulb because I noticed I
yeah.
had a LED bulb. I'm like, fuck
Right.
that. Found one
Yeah.
in my home. So
I know, and that's the thing.
but
Like when you go to somewhere
I
like,
can't even hold it. It's so hot.
right. When you go to like a hardware store now, it's like all you can even find is the LEDs. It's like harder to even source what you're, because I was in Lowe's the other day, which is like a a hardware kind of retail store here in the States. And I mean, it was like all of the different ones, it was just different variations of some LED bulb, And so now it's even hard to find. You have to source it somewhere, online, or like find a specialty kind of place
Oh,
to,
those, yeah.
So that's not something that you'll find people who are even in the wellness field. This not even brought up, and that the reason for some of people's, like think about people like having headaches, and they don't know why they're having headaches. Well, you might be having too many weird frequencies coming from these unnatural light bulbs, and then plus you're cleaning with all types of toxic cleaners, and like there's all these little things that are perturbing your biology when we don't have to do that. It's a choice that we're going out and buying these LEDs or whatever.
And it's weird because you see what I did on screw the light bulb and I showed you it was hot. So
Mhm.
maybe that's a sign also because the natural light is warm. The sun,
Yeah.
that's natural light. It's warm, it's hot. So shouldn't all natural lightning source we use become hot? Like
Hmm.
the incandescent bulb, the oil lamp, it's hot. Like
Yeah.
natural lightning should uh, disperse some heat. The
Right.
LED light, you touch it, you can unscrew a light bulb, no problem. It doesn't even heat up. So that's something weird when you have lights that doesn't create heat.
Heat. Yeah. Right.
I don't
Exactly.
know, I'm not a physics scientist or stuff, but I'm just observing and I'm like, why is this one hot and the other one's cold?
Yeah. Right.
Light of the moon is cold, light of the sun, and we know they are like moon cultish stuff. I don't know. I heard some stuff. So maybe they're trying to replicate the light of the moon into their LED light,
Who knows? Right.
something like that. I don't know, but I know that a good source of lightning should be hot to the touch, like
Yeah.
the sun.
Hmm.
Makes sense.
Right.
Like even those fake lightning they use to grow weed, to grow cannabis inside.
Hmm.
You touch the light bulb, it's not maybe some people have them LED light now, but the 1,000 watt that people used to use, I don't know me, I saw plantation maybe a while ago, but I
Right.
saw them before, and the 1,000 watt is very, very hot and it creates a lot of heat.
Yeah.
So you cannot put them too close to the plant.
Right.
You got to respect a certain distance. Now with the
Right.
LED, they can bring that down and stuff, and it
Right.
stresses the plant too. Like that's why people have problems smoking the weed often and cough and stuff. The plants are stressed out.
Yeah.
You are getting stressed out yourself with fake lightning. So the plants is the same.
Yeah. And I'll notice sometimes with the LED lights that they'll have, you don't notice all the time, but it will have this little flicker to it, to where it's like,
Yeah.
I only
Yeah.
notice it out of like the side of my eye, but it seems like it's like constantly like going on and off, like at a very fast rate. And it's just, yeah, it's just perturbing. But I
Yeah.
love
It's
how,
not something maybe you can really perceive, but it's there.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
So weird. But I love how PT ends the Plog. There's some some kind of humor that he brings up. He says, "The message is hell is all right as long as it's lit up brighter than heaven." all is well as long as all is glowing.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
said
yeah.
they don't mind hell as long as it comes in a brightly lit package.
That's exactly what my daughter was doing today. She doesn't mind putting some stuff on her skin, and she wanted to glow. But
Right.
why don't you make it glow natural?
Yeah, like have the inner
A-
glow.
And the food will nourish your skin so much. Like you can even. Oh, that's Kim. She's coming to get a treat for Gertie. My dog loves treat.
I'm
Oh,
sure.
oh, she's a treat girl.
Uh,
Yeah, I like to buy her stuff too, but I buy her good treats, no? Like beef liver and stuff. No? Not like even when you gain that certain level of awareness, you will even project it onto your pets. Like I don't want her to eat shit food, just like I don't want to eat shit food. Why would I feed it to my dog? Same thing. So you don't feed it to your kids after you stop destroying everything you have around you and you start building. But that's a weird word, building, because why do they call it building if it's already built?
right.
You're not building it.
The building.
It's
Yeah.
built.
Hmm.
It's built. So why you call it building?
I don't know. It's weird.
Fucked up stuff. Anyway. So Frank, that was an honor, a pleasure again to have you on.
Yes.
That was it for today. Now we're gonna be live and alive with PT Wednesday, 10 a.m. Montreal time, Eastern Standard Time.
Very exciting.
Greenwich minus 5.00, something like that. Greenwich time. I don't know. GMT minus 5.
GMT. Yeah. Exactly.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Depends. What's your reference?
Yeah. It'll be like 3 o'clock. It's usually 3 o'clock. It's like 10 o'clock here.
I like to say Montreal time because that's where I am, near Montreal. I'm not in Montreal, but I'm close to Montreal.
Right.
I wouldn't live in Montreal. No way. You would have to pay me a huge amount of money to live in that city. It's the last place on earth where I want to live is Montreal. I'm fine. Oh yeah, no, it's bad. It's bad, bro. It's really,
Right.
really bad.
Yeah.
But all cities is the same. It's Babylon, Babylon, Babylon.
Yes.
So we are out, and we will be forward again next Monday with Frank, and
Yes.
forward on Wednesday with PT. Great honor to have PT. He's spoiling me big time.
Very
Frank,
exciting.
I'm being spoiled
Yeah.
like
I'm loving
three
it. I'm loving
times, man.
it. It's wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's gonna be back after mid-March, like maybe for the new year. I'll tell him we'll come back for the new year.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Like Equinox and Vedic New Year coming up.
Yeah, yeah, the real new year.
Yeah.
Like, fuck
Yeah.
fake stuff. I shouldn't say fuck. I said I wasn't gonna say that last time. I don't
It's
know.
all
It's
the
my
process of
friend.
refining, so
Yeah, it's my French. I just like the English expression and I repeat them. And that F word should go away because I know it's not something I would say in French. Like I don't swear constantly in French.
okay.
People here in Quebec, because in Quebec here we have a swear slang stuff like calice, tabarnak, esti de calvaire, de tabarnak, de calice. All these are all church words that we integrate into our language, into the French to swear. Like
Right.
calice de tabarnak. Like something bad happened there.
Right.
So, I'm not the kind of guy that swear and put calice de Christ. See, it's not good. It doesn't sound right anyway. Swearing. But if it's your thing, I respect it. Like Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V says fuck all the time. I like him because he's himself. He said that's the way I speak. You don't like it, don't listen. But it's not the way I speak, so that's why I'm not. But
Right,
I
right.
respect the ones who wants to fuck around with the fuck. So anyway, uh, that's it. Yeah, we are signing out.
We'll
Log
see you
in.
in the next one.
Boom. Was an honor again, everyone watching it now. After it's all love. It's all it is.
Yes.
Boom. We're out.